Guess what? You're gonna be a big brother. You're gonna be a big brother. Guys, I can't even believe that I'm filming this video. I used to search these videos on YouTube like a mad woman. I was like, every time I thought, oh my God, I might be pregnant, or maybe I am. And I just remember like literally going down a rabbit hole of searching my first signs and symptoms of being pregnant. And so I cannot believe that I'm finally filming this video for you guys. I'm currently 16 weeks pregnant. I am 16 weeks and 3 days pregnant. I hope if you're watching this that you are pregnant, because this has been one of the best journeys of my life, and it hasn't always been easy, but it truly has been such a surreal, cool journey, and it's something that I'm so grateful to be on. And yeah, I guess over like the last few years, Cody and I, if you guys are new to my channel, Cody is my husband. We've been together for 9 years. We've been married for a few months. And over the years of our relationship, I always thought like, oh my God, I can't have kids. I just was like so in my head, because there would be like little like slip ups here and there, and like I never actually ended up being pregnant. So I would like super get in my head and think like, wow, I can't have my own kids. And like Cody like was like, why do you think that? And then of course we like actually intentionally tried for a baby, and I got pregnant in my first month. And trust me, I know how lucky I am that that happened, because my heart goes out to so many women that are still trying to conceive and haven't had the best of luck. And I just want you guys to know that I am literally sending you all the baby dust. I hope that you get your baby that you want so badly. And this is just gonna be a video of my experience, my 2-week wait symptoms, what I kind of started feeling, and when I started to kind of realize that something was off in my body. So like some of you guys know, I own a health and fitness company, so I feel like I'm very in tune with my body. So when something is off or different, I tend to kind of notice that. I used to always watch these videos, and these girls would put like lists and lists of symptoms, and a lot of the ones that girls talk about I actually never had, and I feel like my symptoms were actually pretty simple and there wasn't that many. But I also think because of all those years of doubting myself, I just like didn't want to get my hopes up this time, so I didn't really read into a lot of my symptoms. But basically I know how long those 2 weeks can be. Like you try for your baby and you have 2 weeks until you either start your period or you find out you're pregnant. And I think I was like busy. We were planning our wedding. We were about to leave. We were doing stuff with our clothing business. I just kind of hoped that I could be pregnant, but I also didn't want to get my hopes up this time. So I feel like I just try to keep it out of my brain. So I feel like sometimes I would feel like little symptoms and I'd be like, no, that's not what it is. No way. No, I'm not pregnant. I remember being like so in my head about this. And so basically, I'm just going to start from the beginning. We basically tried for our baby the day before I was ovulating and the day of my ovulation. I have been tracking my period through an app called Flow. It's FLO, and I've been using that for like the last like year to 2 years, but I think I really got strict about it with like tracking all my periods, like looking at my ovulation like the last year, because we have been together a long time and we knew that we wanted to start trying for babies like right after we got married. Basically, I was like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. I was like, I'm going to track my ovulation. I'm going to really be more like diligent about adding all my stuff. So I actually do have pretty regular periods. I feel like whenever I'm like a day or 2 late, I freak out and I'm like, oh my God, I could be pregnant. So that's what happened the month prior. And I was so let down when I wasn't, but we didn't really try. So I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so I just lost my train of thought. This is what happens when you're pregnant, Jackson. This is what happens. You just lose your train of thought. Your brain just doesn't work anymore. Okay, so symptom number 1 was I was insanely emotional, and I already kind of am an emotional person, and we actually were going through a pretty stressful time with our company. So I thought that I was just crying over anything and everything because it was a stressful time in the company. But I just like broke down. I posted a photo on Instagram of me crying, just saying like how hard I was on myself and how I just felt like everything was falling apart, and I was just really overwhelmed. And honestly, guys, I was planning a wedding too, so I just felt like these were normal emotions that That's why I was extra emotional. And I remember a girl commented on my Instagram photo and she's like, girl, take a pregnancy test. And I was like, no way, no way, so in denial. But yeah, I just think like I was crying so easily. I was like over emotional. I feel like I was way more emotional than I had ever been in my life. Definitely my first symptom was super freaking emotional. Okay, symptom number 2 was I was so tired. And I remember going to work one day and it was like on a Friday and I like came home and I was like, holy crap, I just need to nap right now. Like I felt so exhausted. And I remember telling Cody like how tired I was and I don't know. I feel like this whole time, guys, I was so in denial. You're gonna be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Do you remember that Friday? Like it was like back in June and you took Jackson to the like on a skate and I needed to nap. I was so tired.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, like I just like you were like, oh, I just think you haven't slept much. You've been like going through a lot, so you should get some rest. So I took a nap. Like I remember feeling like so tired, and I was like, am I pregnant? And like in my head, and I was like, no, no way.
I think there's just something with you that you knew like things were off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you knew you had some little hints, because I think, especially like probably women more than men, you guys think more about how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think you knew pretty quickly with little hints like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just was like I said, emotional, super tired. Oh, to add to my tired, so I teach live workouts for part of my job. And I was teaching a live workout actually the day I took my test, but it was right before I took my test. So I had a live workout at like 9 a.m. And it was like a circuit style workout and there was 4 sets. And I remember it's workouts I do all the time. And I remember like I was doing like jump squats or something. And in my head, I was like, holy crap, I don't know if I can get through this workout right now. Like I was so tired. And I was like, what is going on? Like my body just felt like a little off. Yeah, I just remember feeling like something's weird. And then literally I took a test like 30 minutes later and I was pregnant. It was pregnant. I was pregnant.
I was pregnant.
What was my third symptom? Frick, this is hard filming when you're pregnant because your brain just stops working. Tired, emotional. Oh, I know it was one of the weirdest symptoms that I got, and I hadn't read this or seen this in any video, and I literally Googled it and found out later it was a pregnancy symptom. I got a cold. Like out of the blue, I was like coughing and sneezing and I had a sore throat, and I was actually so terrified that I might have the C word. I don't know if it's gonna not monetize my video if I say what I'm talking about, but we had to do that test to go to Hawaii to see if you were positive or negative. And I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't have it. Like I'm not gonna be able to get married. Like I was just like losing it. I just like never get sick. So I was like, why did I just get sick out of nowhere? But no part of me in those moments when I had a cold thought I was pregnant. That didn't cross my mind at all. Anyway, yeah, I took the test right before the wedding and it was negative, obviously. Yeah, that was something that was so weird, and it was like a cold that lasted for like a week. I hadn't seen anyone have that before. If you have been pregnant and one of your symptoms was a cold, let me know, because I haven't heard of that happening to anyone. But for me, it was so weird. It was so out of the blue. Obviously, like you get colds certain times of the year, and it was like right in the summer, and it just felt really odd. Yeah, guys, I don't know, like I feel like most girls talk about more symptoms, and I don't know if it's because I was so in my head like those 2 weeks and I didn't want to get my hopes up. I don't know if that's why I only really had 3 major ones that I can remember. I don't know how to explain it. Like when you find out you're pregnant, you just like I remember my friend right before she took a pregnancy test, she just kind of had a feeling because she kind of felt off. I feel like that's kind of how I felt. Like it wasn't anything super crazy. And honestly, the whole time, like I had little like thoughts in my head, like, oh my gosh, like I could be. But now I feel like the main factor that I'm gonna look out for, like when we try for our second baby, is my cold, because that was something that I feel like was the strongest symptom. Yeah, I guess like my symptoms were kind of simple. They really were just a cold. I was really emotional and I was way more tired than normal, because most of the times I have a ton of energy and I just felt really sluggish all the time. And I also remember thinking like, maybe it's the wedding's coming up and like I want to be done with work. Like I'm telling you guys, I was so in denial. It's so funny. I took my first pregnancy test 2 days before my missed period. I wanted to take it sooner and I kind of had a feeling, and it's kind of a funny story because I remember like laying in bed. It was like I think it was like a Sunday. It was Father's Day, and I was laying in bed and I was like, how crazy would it be if I was pregnant and I go take a pregnancy test right now and I could surprise Cody like on Father's Day, like, hey, you're gonna be a dad. But I remember being like, no, I'm not gonna take one. Like, I'll just wait a little bit longer. And that was on June 20th. And I remember I actually had left my phone downstairs, and I woke up, I walked downstairs, grabbed my phone. I had a missed call from my sister, and I go to call her back, and like before I can even say hello, she's like, I'm pregnant, and my little sister was pregnant. So I felt like I started crying to Cody. I was so upset, I was so happy she was pregnant, but I was like, I just want to be pregnant so bad. I feel like I'm not gonna have my own kids. And I like still never took a test. It was so weird. And then literally 3 days later, after that live workout, I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat breakfast and I'm gonna take a test, and we're just gonna see. And if I'm not, it's fine. Like I'll have my wedding, and then we'll try more after the wedding. And then if I am, cool, we're gonna have a little baby in my belly at our wedding, and I had a little baby in my belly at our wedding, and I'm gonna cry because I've like truly wanted to be a mom my whole entire life, and this just feels like an absolute dream come true. And I feel like I've literally wanted this baby my whole life. I feel like we got him at the perfect time in our lives, and it was so surreal to be walking down the aisle to Cody, which is my high school sweetheart, with our baby in my belly. It was just the most beautiful, special thing to happen. And this little guy was meant to be in my belly on our wedding day. So everything works out for a reason, guys. I was so like hard on myself that I couldn't have my own kids, and that might sound dumb to a few of you guys because I only really tried for a month, but I don't know, it's a scary thing until you actually find out you're pregnant and you actually know you can carry your own children. It's just something that I've always wanted, and so yeah, so that is my first signs and symptoms. Share your guys' down in the comments. I'd love to see like how different everyone's symptoms are, and also if you've had more than one baby, were your symptoms the exact same from your first pregnancy to your second or third? Because I'm curious, after we have our son and we try for our second baby, will my pregnancy be different next time? I have no idea. Or is it gonna be the same every single time because that's how your body reacts to something like that? Yeah, let me know, guys, but that's gonna do it for this video. So I hope you guys liked it. If you did like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Are you guys gonna have a little brother? We got big sister, big brother. You're gonna play ball with him. Oh no, you're gonna play ball with him. You're gonna cuddle him, huh? You guys are gonna be the best siblings ever. We're gonna have a little brother. Woo, 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 woo.